Hi and welcome to session 1 of your Let's Move exercise journey with myself, Leon. We will be joined shortly by Janet, who will also be assisting us through this experience. Before we get going, please ensure that you have watched and understood the Getting Started video. Remember, this is a can-do program and you are 100% in control. So you pick the level and you pick the pace of the exercises. If at any point you experience sharpness in pain or persistent pain, please stop the exercise. If you're not feeling up to it today, that's fine. Just park today and pick it up on another day when you're feeling a little bit better. In regards to the environment, make sure it is clutter-free and safe for exercise. You don't need any equipment apart from a nice sturdy chair, a bottle of water to keep hydrated, and you will need access to your activity tracker because we will be referring back to that at the end of the session. If you've not got any of those things now, please go grab them. Session 1, we are looking at building the foundations for movement with a particular focus on mobility, so movement in and around a joint. Today, we're going to focus on 6 areas of the body. Starting off with the neck, we're going to work our way down to the shoulders, covering the spine, hips, knees, and then finishing off at the ankles. We are going to complete 3 exercises per area, working for 40 seconds on with approximately 40 seconds rest in between. Right everybody, I'm going to go find my mum. Let's get warmed up. I found my mum. She's here. Are you ready?
Yes, raring to go.
Oh, excellent. Right, before we get going, quick posture check. So if you're in standing, up as tall as you can be, feet hip width apart, make sure your toes and your feet are underneath your knees, knees underneath your hips. Shoulders back and down, chin up, parallel to the floor. If you're in seated, so mum, shuffle to the front third of your chair. All right, again, sit up and sit as tall as you can possibly be. Shoulders back and down and chin up. Okay, looking forwards, and we've got a nice, good, solid base of support between us. We're going to get into a nice, steady lower body march on the spot, just with the lower body. All right, so just pedal those feet for me. And as you can see, whilst my mum's doing this, focusing on a toe to heel action as the foot hits the floor. So toe to heel. And then bit by bit, start to drive those knees a little bit higher so we get some more movement through the knee and we start to get some good movement through the hip as well. Everything all right, Janet?
Yeah, that's fine.
Good?
Yeah.
I know it is a bit warm today, isn't it?
Very.
And relaxing there. Right, so off the lower body, moving on to the upper body, we're going to go palms facing out. Okay, so keep that good posture. And we're going to go palms to the ceiling and then palms to the floor. Palms to the ceiling and then palms to the floor. Okay, so what movement are we creating here, Janet?
An elbow movement.
We're creating movement at the elbows. And then from that one, we're going to go 90 degrees at the elbow and we're going to drive the elbows back this time and create movement at the shoulder. Go. Let's go, go, go. Okay, so we move from elbows to shoulders. We've still got good posture as well. And we're going to try and put the feet in as well now. So I'm going to challenge my mum's coordination. Off you go.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh. March at the same time. So try and do both. If you can't do both, just do one or the other. That's fine. And relax and relax and relax. Back to your nice, good, stable base. We're going to go out into a toe tap. And just remember, if you're doing these from standing and you're a bit unsteady on your feet, just remember you can use a chair or a side or a worktop as long as it's stable, okay, and secure.
Should I bring this leg out there?
No, we're just out in front on a toe tap first. That one's come in. And then next one, we're going to go into a heel dig out in front. That's it. And again, you don't need to keep looking at your feet, Janet. They're not going to go anywhere. They'll be there next time you look. That's it. Good. And relax. Now, we're going to take it out into a toe tap, nice and wide. So this is the one that you were talking about. Off you go. Do, do, do. And just take it as far as you feel comfortable within your range of movement on these. Everyone's will be slightly different, so you just work within your own limitations. And relax, and that last one, hands across the chest, we're going to rotate out, little look over your shoulder, back to centre, rotate out and look over the other shoulder. Off you go. So slow and controlled, slight pause when we get to the middle, at the front, back facing, and relaxing there. Shake everything off. That is a quick, brief warm-up, and it is purely because we're focusing on mobility. So a lot of them movements and exercises we're going to get into now. Okay? Are you ready to go?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
All right, great stuff. Let's move on to the neck. So, first exercise that we are going to do is side to side. Before we get going, sit up as tall as you can be, shoulders back and down with your chin parallel to the floor. The movement, we're taking the ear down towards the shoulder, back up to center and back down the other side. Just working within your own range of movement, mum. So don't feel as though you've got to force that movement. It wants to be nice, relatively pain-free movement. Everybody ready? Let's go. So make sure you're coming back up to center. Slow and controlled. There's no rush with these exercises. And just think of the main aim of the neck itself. It's there to support your head, and believe it or not, your head does weigh quite a lot. So it's important that we remain nice and strong and mobile through that area. And we're using the neck all the time. And relax. Everything okay, mum, for that one?
Yeah.
Great stuff. Moving on to the next one, we are going to look left and look right. So exactly as it sounds, as if you were to just have a little look over your shoulder, back to center, and then we turn out the other side, a little look over your shoulder. If you can get that far, don't worry if you can't get that range of movement in. Okay, we keep the shoulders still on this one. So we're not rotating, that'll come later on. We're just gonna turn with the head. All right, let's go. Side to side. And again, don't feel as though you've got to force that movement. We're just looking for some nice, smooth head turns from left to right, right to left. And in regards to this movement, driving, looking through the wind mirrors, crossing the road, and relax. Any feedback on that one, mum?
No, that was fine.
Okay, yeah, great stuff. The last one for the neck, we're gonna look at chin to chest. So again, just give yourselves a bit of a reset with the posture. Sit up as tall as you can be. And exactly as it sounds, we're just going to take the chin down towards the chest as far as you can take it. And then as you come back up, we're just gonna have a little look up, but don't encourage taking the head all the way back. Okay. So when you're ready, let's go. So chin to the chest and back up, and then just a little look up. Don't force the movement, and back to center, back down, chin on your chest. So in everyday life, especially in these modern times, everything encourages forward flexion. So we're always looking forward, looking at mobile phones, on computers. So you can see people's posture changing. And one of the areas is through the neck as well. Because everyone's forever looking down at the feet. And relaxing there. Everything okay, Janet?
Yeah, that's fine.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to move down onto the shoulders. Before we get going with the shoulders, it is worth noting that if you are sat back into your chair, okay, there is a tendency to slouch where the stomach muscles are not engaged. So we can get a double workout with this one, Mum. So shuffle to the front third of your chair and always make sure you're off your backrest. If you're off your backrest, sit up nice and tall as you can be. The stomach muscles will naturally engage. The first one we're going to do is hands down by your side, palms behind you, and we're going to go out into a front raise. Take it up as high as you can go, and then slowly back down. When you're ready, off you go. So out into a front raise. Try and keep those arms nice and straight, and just take it up as far as you feel comfortable. Are you okay with these ones, Mum?
Yeah, fine. I do have one arm that goes up higher than the other.
And is that due to an injury or a condition or?
Yeah, the shoulder impingement.
Right. So again, just work that range of movement that your body's allowing you at that joint. Just work within that and relax. Great stuff. So off front raisers, we're going into side raisers. So arms down by your side, palms facing inwards. This time, we're going to take the arms up, so we go parallel to the floor if we can get there. And if we can get there, turn the palms to the ceiling, and then we're going to go up above the head as far as we can go, and then back down, reverse that movement, and palms back to the floor. So when you're ready, off you go. And it might be that you can only get up to parallel to the floor, and then just take it back down. We turn the palms to the ceiling because it allows us to get that little bit of extra movement through the shoulder. And if you think about all the movement that's possible at the shoulder and all the stress that the shoulder is under on day to day, lifting, carrying, and last one, just relax when you come back down, Mum. Great stuff. Everything okay with them?
Yeah.
I thought you got good movement there, to be honest.
Oh, this is much better.
It's much better than it has been.
Very much improved.
Yeah, brilliant. Good stuff. Last exercise we are going to do is shoulder circles. So try and relax a little bit. So we want to remain up nice and tall if we can. And we're going to go into shoulder circles where we take the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Okay? So forwards, up, back, and down. And we try and create nice big circles. We're going to go back to start, and then we're going to go forwards halfway through. Off you go. So big shoulder circles up, back, and down. And then we'll change halfway through. And change. So just reverse that movement. So we go back, up, forwards, and down this time. And relax when you get back. Just shake everything off. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Great stuff. So moving down the body, the next is the spine. Right, Mum, first exercise for the spine is reach for the sky. So we keep the elbows tucked in, sat up as tall as we can be. We're going to take the hands up, take them as far as we can, as high as we can go, lengthen up that spine, and then slowly come back down. Don't worry if you can't get up above your head, just take it as far as you can, as long as we're promoting shoulders back and down and sitting up as tall as we can be. Okay, so when you're ready, let's go. Elbows tuck in, reach as high as you can go, and then slowly back down, elbows back into the side, palms back onto your thighs. And again. So this is a really nice stretch, and you could do this one laid down. It's a really good one if you are stiff in the morning, as you're waking up and you've been laid, or you might have been laid funny throughout the night. This is a really good one where we're just trying to lengthen that spine and create that space through the vertebrae. And relaxing there. Everything okay with that one, Mum?
Brilliant.
Great stuff. Right, the next one is side bends. So the key to this one when we're doing it sat down is make sure that you keep your bum in contact with the chair. Because if not, where do you think you're going to go, Mum? You're going to fall off the chair, aren't you? Yeah? So hands down by your side. Again, up nice and tall. We take one hand down towards the floor, and then slowly back up to center and back down the other side. Okay, so when you're ready, let's go. And make sure you take your head with you. I know that sounds really silly, but as you go over, Mum, just try and think about keeping that alignment where you're not straining your neck. You're not going in and trying to keep your head in front of you up tall. And it's going to strain through your neck. Let the head go with you and support it with your neck.
Stop slightly in the middle as well.
Yep,
There.
I'd have a slight pause to reset yourself. There's no, like I say, there's no rush with these. And relax in there. Great stuff. The next one is a back extension. Now, please be careful with these, especially if you've got any trapped nerves or any impingement in and around the lower back, okay? And if you are feeling any pain in that area, then please stop. If your health professional has told you not to do these exercises, then please miss these ones out. But hands on your thighs, we lift the chest, lift the head, and we're taking it into a back extension with a little look up and back forward. Okay, so when you're ready, off you go. So we're up nice and as tall as we can be, lift of the chest, almost looking up, but we're putting no pressure or strain through the neck. Are these okay for you, Mum?
Yeah.
With these ones?
Yeah.
Can you feel that movement through the spine?
Definitely, yeah.
Yep. Great stuff. Last one. And relax. How did that feel? All good? Great stuff. Right, everybody, we're moving on to the hips. For this next section, Mum, we're looking at creating as much movement through the hips, okay? So from a seated position, lift the knee, take it out, put the foot back on the floor, lift the knee again, fetch it back in, put it back down, and then change legs, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate an alternative version, stood up. If you need the chair for support, you can do, but take a nice good wide base of support, and you're going to rock left and right, transferring that body weight there. Okay, so when you're ready, off you go. We've got two versions of a similar exercise. If you are up on your feet, make sure you've got a nice, good, solid base of support. You can use the chair, you can use the dining room table if you need that extra support. And keep the body up nice and tall. Just be careful if you have had a hip replacement, one or two, that you just work within your own range of movement there. and relax. Everything okay there,
Yes.
Mum?
Yes.
Great stuff. Next one, I'll demo the first one, which is going to be in standing, and it's a hip hinge. Okay, so keep the legs nice and straight. Again, a good solid base of support. You're going to hip hinge forwards and then slowly back up, lift the chest and lift the head. Mum, exactly the same from that seated position. You could put your hands on your hips or on your thighs and just lean forwards, taking the head with you, and then slowly back up. Everybody ready? Let's go. So all the movement is coming through the hip, and we're just hinging at the hip. Now it depends what movement you've got. I've always been really tight. I've got really tight hamstrings. So my movement at the hip and down towards the floor is not great, as you can see. And back up. And if you're unsteady on your feet, you could be hip hinging towards the table just for that additional support. And relaxing there. Everything okay with that? Right, Mum, let's get some blood circulating in those legs. So you're going to join me this time. Right. So up on your feet. Okay, we're going into flamingo swings. So we're going to stand alongside the chair. We're using the chair for support if we need it. And we're going to be standing on the outside leg. We keep the leg nice and straight, and we're going to swing from the hip, bringing the toes up towards the self. Off you go. A flamingo swing. We've not got a seated version for this one, so we're up nice and tall. You could have two chairs, to be honest, on this one, if you needed that additional support, or if you're in your kitchen and you've got worktops either side. And change sides. So me and my mum are moving the chair, but you can just go to the other side. It's just that we can't fit it on the set, can we, Mum?
No.
No. Try and stop swinging, Mum. So keep the body still, and let all the movement come through the hip. That's it. And the foot, try and keep your toes facing forward as best you can.
All right, yeah.
And relaxing there. Back to a nice base of support. Relaxed. Everything okay?
Yeah, brilliant.
Great stuff. That finishes off the hips. We're now moving on to the knees. First exercise, we are going into a sit to stand. Now this is a really good one for developing leg strength, Mum, and we will be referring to it quite a bit throughout this program.
Okay.
But for this purpose, we're looking at getting some really good movement in through that knee joint. Okay, so up nice and tall. Make sure you're at the front third of your chair. Your feet evenly distributed, weight evenly distributed through those feet as well. And we're going to draw the heels back first, so we get a little bit of movement in through the knee. Chest out, chin up. We lean forward, body weight over the toes, and we power on up into standing, where we pedal the feet for circulation when we get to the top. Make sure that you feel the chair behind the back of your legs first before we slowly sit back down. Everybody ready? Let's go. So draw the heels back first, chest out, chin up, power on up into standing, pedal the feet when you get to the top. Now, if you've got arms on your chair, you can use the arms of your chair as well for support. And I know some people like to put their hands on the thighs and they tend to use the thighs a little bit. That is fine. So once you start to build that strength in those legs, we're looking at reducing that support that we need to get up out of the chair. But for this purpose, we're up, nice and tall, pedal the feet, and then we're slowly back in. And relax at that point. The next one that we're going to go into is a leg extension. Okay, so you can use the chair for support if you need it, but basically we're taking one leg out, we bring the toes back towards yourself, Nice soft knee, and then slowly back onto the floor, and then we change legs. Okay, so we're going into a leg extension. If you want to, if this gives you a little bit more stability and keeps, supports your body a little bit better, then hold on to the side of the chair if you want to. So when you're ready, off you go. Bring the toes back towards yourself, and you'll feel, can you feel that nice stretching back of your leg, Mum?
Definitely, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So as you take that leg up, bring your toes back towards yourself.
Yeah, I can feel that.
So toes to the nose. It don't take much for me. And just take it as far as you feel comfortable. Okay? Work within your own limit. So we're on a leg extension this time. And relax. Relax, relax, relax. Everyone, everything okay? Mum, we are up doing a hamstring curl, and this is a standing exercise, so we need to be upstanding to do this one. So from here, keep your knees in line, and we're gonna take the heel up towards the bum and back down, change legs. Heel up towards the bum, back down and change legs. Good. So keep the knees together all the time. So the whole movement is heel to bum, and you will need to transfer the body weight over slightly. Can you feel the body weight transferring over onto that standing leg?
Yeah.
And you've got the chair for support if you need it. If you don't need it, we can be in here. And we remain as tall as possible whilst we're doing it. And we're just focusing on that range of movement. And relax there, stable base. Everything okay, Mum?
Brilliant.
Great stuff. Last section coming up, ankles. My mum's got a little bit of a second wind on this one, so she's decided to do the advanced version, stood up. Okay, I'm gonna do this one sat down, and we are going out into a toe tap, okay? So a straightforward toe tap. If you're in standing, use the support if you need it. And from a seated position, we take the foot out and tap the floor. So when you're ready, off you go. And try and get that leg outstretched. Nice, good point of them toes. Can you feel that stretch, Mum, through your ankles?
Yes.
Yeah. And I know you've suffered a little bit with one of your ankles. I think you did injure it, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So a nice, good stretch. Tap that floor with the toes and back. And relax in there. Okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, good toe taps then, Mum. Next up, we're going into heel digs. Okay, so we take out a straight leg best we can. We don't lock out the leg, we leave a soft knee, and we bring the toes back towards yourself. So we're going out into a heel dig, bringing the toes back towards yourself. And just remember all the time, keep that upright position, all right? So upright position, standing as tall as you can be or sitting as tall as you can be with the shoulders back and down. When you're ready, off you go, heel dig. And as you bring your toes back towards yourself, Mum, so toes to the nose, you'll feel a nice good stretch up the back of the leg. So again, we can get a little bit of a double workout. We are focusing on the ankles, so bring the toes back towards yourself and get a good stretch. It's the opposite movement to the toe tap. Toes up towards yourself. And relax in there. Everything okay with those? No pain in that injured foot?
No.
Any stiffness? You find that a little bit?
Only slightly.
Slightly? Yeah, good. These will be good for loosening up that stiffness. Right, the next one and the last one of this workout is a heel pump. Okay, so feet evenly distributed. All right, so bang under your knees, knees underneath your hips, and we keep the toes on the floor, and we're gonna pump those heels. So lift the knee and pump those heels. So fetch the knee as high as you can go, off you go. So as the knee comes out and the toes stay on the floor, you'll feel that ankle joint open. It is a nice feeling when you feel that nice wide stretch through that ankle joint. Is this one okay?
Yeah.
Mum?
Yeah, no problem.
Good. And obviously, if you are stiffening around the ankle area, that will affect your ability to walk effectively and efficiently. So good ankle mobility is key. And relax. Janet, all good?
Yeah, brilliant.
Great stuff. That finishes off the full body mobility session. Right, everyone, just remember, this is the first step on your Let's Move exercise journey. And we hope today you've found some inner confidence in your own ability to move. You can go back at any point and complete this workout in your own time, and you can even pick out those individual exercises that you feel will benefit you and the conditions that you have. Before we go, refer back to your activity tracker and record the pain levels you experienced throughout this session. Finally, for this week's activity dose, we would like you to be more conscious about the amount of time you spend sitting. So get yourself up, go put the kettle on, go for a walk around the garden. Let's keep that blood circulating. And all the time, really think about what good posture looks like and feels like for you. It's been a pleasure working with you all today, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.